day before yesterday, there was a match between Ajax and Maccabi Tel Aviv in Amsterdam. And before the match, there was something happening. And after the match, what was happening? And immediately, the Western media, including BBC, Sky News, they started portraying that there is anti-Semitism going on, the Israelis have been attacked, and subsequently the mayor of Amsterdam came on television, said Israelis have been attacked by Palestinian people, and he condemned. Even many authorities from Dutch government, they gave statements on these lines. And in the meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, he also condemned and said it is something like in the time of Hitler, what was going on. The same thing is happening with Israelis, the Jewish people, and they are not safe in Europe anymore. So the claims were so exaggerated. Actually, what happened? There were these Israelis supporters of their Maccabi Tel Aviv football team, who came over to Amsterdam, and they started pulling down flags of Palestine wherever they saw it. And then when they were going to the stadium, they were chanting slogans like IDF will fuck Palestine. Palestinian children cannot go to school because they are dead, and Palestine will be fucked. These things they were chanting, and this is how all this started. Later, since they were targeting the Palestinian people, so they in turn retaliated. They fought with them, and the police was not doing anything. They were just watching, doing nothing, and this led to all this nonsense. When the Israeli supporters were chanting such slogans, police should have taken action. When the Israeli supporters were taking down Palestinian flags, they should have taken action. But they did not do anything. Only when there was fight between these two kind of supporters, police came into action. Then they arrested some people, and the people who got wounded, they were taken to hospital. All these things were coming, and from the Israeli government and the Israeli forces, IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, statements came like they are coming to Amsterdam to rescue their citizens. All this means it was simply blown up. All the facts. The fact was that there was first of all, it was all started by Israeli supporters themselves, and when the fight broke out, only then police came into action, and they were giving advisory. The Israeli government were giving advisory not to leave hotels. They should not take taxis to go to airport, should not take railways as well, because it will be unsafe. All these kind of things is coming from Israel, from the Prime Minister of Israel. The thing is, it was not to that extent. There were no casualties. Only thing, there were some physical harms because of the clashes which happened. But it was not that there was some kind of a war which broke out in Amsterdam. So, in all, the media played its role in portraying that the Palestinian people were bad, they started it all, and uh, the Jews people were harmed. But reality is something different. It is altogether different. The Jews people coming from Israel, they started it all. And when the Palestinian people resisted, only then the fight started. And it was not to such an extent that the army, the IDF should get involved. So initially, the Israeli government made a statement that the IDF will be going to Amsterdam. Then they realized nothing of that sort has happened, so they stopped them from going. And at the same time, there are news coming that the Mossad agents will be there with Israeli fans in Amsterdam. So what it means? It means that uh, the Mossad agency was involved to get some kind of pogrom in Amsterdam so that they can play victim, and they will claim that Israeli lives are not safe in Europe. They will blame the European governments, and they will collect some kind of uh, sympathy. What is the reality? The reality, you know, what is happening in the Middle East, how Israel is murdering civilians. Like in Gaza, if you go and see uh, the people who got killed in the bombing by Israel, most of them are children and women, and they are not terrorists. So how come uh, Israel claims that they are fighting with Hamas to finish them, to kill them? They are killing civilians. As simple as that. And why they are doing that? Because they want to claim uh, Gaza and remove all the people whoever have been alive, have been left, they should also get killed so that they can get that place and settle, occupy and settle. This is their plan. Because the people who are still alive, they need help because their homes have been bombed, they have nothing to eat, they need medical aid, many people got amputated, many people got injured, kids have lost their limbs. So medical help is needed, food is needed, but Israel has not allowed the United Nations agencies to enter Gaza to help these people with food, with medicine, with healthcare. So Israel simply wants the people who have survived to die because of hunger, because of shortage of food, because of medical aid. So Israel uh, is doing all these terrorist acts, and at the same time they portray themselves as victims. So they have been exposed, and in Amsterdam now it is very clear that it was all maybe planned by Mossad for the supporters to act the way they did, so that there should be some fight, and so that they will show that they are victims, and Palestinians are bad people, and their image could be tarnished. This is the whole story.